I faked attendance for 2 years and got an award for it. Back in high school, I discovered a loophole that basically saved me from flunking chemistry and turned me into a secret legend among my classmates. It started sophomore year, completely by accident. Our school had this dumb system for substitute teachers, like painfully easy to exploit. When the real teacher was out for a day or two, they'd send in some poor sub who had no clue how anything worked. The subs were handed a printed attendance sheet called roll, and then just left the paper on the teacher's desk at the end of the day. No one ever checked that sheet against the school's digital attendance system. I found that out the easy way. Mrs. Bennett, our chemistry teacher, caught the flu one week. On the day she was out, I went to the bathroom during roll call. My buddy Jake just said, "Here," when the sub called my name. I came back mid-announcement, thought I was toast, but nothing happened. No call home, no email, no detention. That was my light bulb moment. Next time a sub showed up in chem, I told Jake and my other friend Ryan I was gonna test a theory. I skipped class completely, chilled in the library, and Jake answered for me. Worked like a charm. From then on, I skipped every time there was a sub. Chem was brutal, memorizing periodic tables, balancing equations, and dealing with this monotone teacher who talked like he was narrating a paint-drying documentary. I hated it. So I turned substitute days into study hall, free time, or nap sessions in the library. Then I leveled up. I found a blank attendance template on the school's website. Same format the subs used. Started printing my own. If the sub looked overwhelmed, which was often, I'd offer to help with the roll. They were always relieved. I'd fill it out myself, mark whoever I wanted as present, and boom, cover for me and a few others. Pretty soon I was getting texts like, "Dude, we saw a sub walk into chem, hook me up. Can you add me to the list today? Got practice early." I was like an attendance Robin Hood, covering for athletes, kids with jobs, seniors on the brink of burnout. I got good at it too. Used the same pens the teachers used, copied handwriting styles, even remembered to smudge the ink a little sometimes to make it look authentic. This went on for almost 2 full years. I skipped over 60 chemistry classes and my record still showed perfect attendance. At one point, my mom got a letter from the school praising me for never missing a day. She actually hugged me and said how proud she was. We laughed about how dedicated I was to my education. I nearly choked. Then, senior spring, 2 weeks before graduation, it all unraveled. We had a new sub in chemistry, but this one wasn't just some temp. She was a retired principal from another district, covering for a week while our teacher recovered from surgery. I did my usual routine. Walked up, fake attendance sheet in hand, all confidence. "Want me to help with this? I can pass it around?" She looked at the sheet and paused for way too long. Then she asked, "Why is the date written day, month, year?" Crap. I'd been using the European format, 1504-2022 instead of 04-15-2022. It was second nature to me because of how I format dates and notes. It was enough to raise suspicion. She turned it into the main office after class. 2 days later, they pulled the attendance records and cross-referenced them with hallway cameras, library check-ins, even the cafeteria fingerprint scanner we used for lunch. The audit wasn't pretty. They found dozens of days where I'd been marked present, but hadn't shown up on a single other record that day. And almost all the sheets were filled out in my handwriting. They connected everything back to me. I got called into the principal's office on a Thursday morning. 3 administrators, a giant stack of printed attendance forms. I was cooked. They laid it all out. Fake sheets, forged signatures, days I skipped, and all the times I helped others. I got suspended for academic dishonesty. My college had to be notified. For a minute, it looked like I wouldn't walk at graduation. I barely squeaked through. And yeah, the school overhauled the entire subsystem. Digital roll calls, no more paper, random hallway sweeps during class. All because I found a loophole and squeezed it dry for 2 years straight. Was it worth it? I still hate chemistry.